Hi everyone, welcome. Nice to see you out there. What a beautiful day, another beautiful day we've got here in Ontario. So sunny and gorgeous. Definitely one of those days that you gotta get outside, right? At least for a little bit. One thing that I've been really enjoying outside, because I'm not really I don't tend to be a winter person. I go outside and I find a sunny spot on a sunny day, and I just let the sun beat on my face or whatever skin I can get exposed, neck, face, whatever. I just close my eyes for about 10 or 15 minutes and just let the vitamin D get absorbed. It's so good for you. What do you guys do? Are you winter people? Do you like skiing or tobogganing or skating? Or Carrie, I'm sure you're out there with all the animals. It's an interesting thing this time of year when it's like an ice box in our country. That's what your dog is doing, yeah. Smart dogs. Animals know where it's at. They know what to be doing. We got to learn from our animals, don't we? Yes, indeed. So Jessica, is Willa with you? Hi, Willa. Yeah, you love winter, eh? Well, good Canadian girl there. That's perfect. I'm a Canadian girl, but I don't know if I was meant to be. Let's put it that way. Anyway, I always make the best of everything. So I think snow is beautiful, and I'll get out there, when I can. Oh, she's playing outside. Nice. Well, tell her I said hello. So today for our thoughts, we really had I had a great deal of positive feedback on the last video we did on the unseen world. So I wanted to kind of delve into that a little bit more and maybe unpack a little bit more of those ideas together as a group, if you're open to that. Wondering if you got to see that or not. I think Leanne, I think you did. I think Jessica did. I'm not sure if you did, Carrie. But if you're out there and you haven't said hello yet, just want to quickly mention this is our connectivity space. So that's our way of energetically connecting to one another. So if you haven't said hello yet, find the chat and just shoot a little smiley face or a hello. And if you're watching this later, then you can do so in the comments, and would love to hear from you. I always love to get feedback on these videos. Another thing I wanted to share before I forget is I'm planning to do a 10-minute breathing break every day, except for Mondays, because Monday is my me day. So I'm thinking maybe Tuesdays through Saturdays, I'll do a 10-minute breathing break every afternoon. So I'm open to ideas as to what time, if you prefer to do it live. I'm thinking 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Hi, Angela. Welcome. So yeah, I'm thinking for some reason that's what came to me, either 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. That's usually the time that everyone is kind of starting to lose their energy and they're reaching for the coffee or whatever stimulants, sugar, chocolate, whatever. So I thought that might be a nice way to kind of invigorate the body. It's a low commitment, 10 minutes, just hop on, do the breath work. And it's another way for us all to connect as well. So there's a lot of good reasons to do it. Yeah. So if you're watching and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, be sure to click subscribe, and you also click the little bell, and then you'll get the notifications when we put out videos like this one. So it's a good idea, right? So what comes to you, or what are your thoughts, if you care to share, about the unseen world? What do you think of? Have you had any experiences with it? What arises in your mind? Do you feel a connection with the unseen world? it is such a vast topic. Like in the last video, we talked about the idea of viruses. It's very topical right now. There are lots of viruses, and we're always getting those. They're always around. Ions, we talked about. We talked about spirits. We talked about angels and guides. We talked about things like parasites or mites, things like that. Like, have you ever had a pet with mites? You can't see those things. You're trying to fight them. And what got me thinking about this originally was that there is so much going on in the unseen world, even things like programming, right? Where, from childhood, there's the idea of programming. We're programmed. We're all just programmed on various different things. We've kind of been taught what to think and what to feel, and what's out there by what we watch on TV. So there's that idea as well, which is unseen. It's not really talked about very much. And if you do talk about it, you're called a blank theorist, right? So and I just don't want to say certain words because they're buzzwords, right? But yeah, like, tell me what you think. What comes to your mind? What have you seen? Do you feel spirits? Do you feel guides? Do you know that they're there? What comes to your mind? So another thing that I wanted to share about what can help us with strengthening that connection to the unseen world, things like crystals, right? That has an energetic frequency. In the last video, I talked about Mystech, right? The Mystech jewelry, like, you can't see the frequencies, but you can measure them with your blood. They've done blood tests, right? You can measure when you put this on. Even this one here, which is a silicone with the crystals inside of the frequency of the third eye. So these are all unseen things. People say, well, that's hogwash, or that's flight of fancy, or flakiness, or whatever it is, right? But you can measure these things. There are scales that you can measure these things. In the Mystech world, they did a blood test, live blood cell, where they had someone wearing one of the bracelets, and their blood completely changed and became separated. So it was all agglutinated, which is not healthy blood. And then when they had it on for 20 minutes, the blood cells began to separate, and it goes on much farther than that. Something definitely to look into if you're interested in frequencies and how they affect your body. So how do you suppose someone's frequency who's had a really bad day and they're a little bit grouchy, and they walk into the room? Have you ever walked into a room and the energy in the room just feels heavy, and you're like, what happened here? Even though you don't really know, you feel it, right? Those are the unseen energies. What's another example like that one? When you say you're buying something, you're going to go buy a beautiful piece of art or a beautiful piece of jewelry, and you look at it and you say, oh wow, that looks so beautiful. That's a beautiful ring, or that's a beautiful bracelet, or whatever it is. But there's something about it I just don't like. I'm not going to get it. So whatever is attached to things, oftentimes, obviously, is unseen as well. So those are interesting ideas. Would love to hear if you have any others. Sorry if I'm very blinky. I think I have a cat hair in my eye. I was wrestling with it before I went on, so hopefully it goes away. The joys of life, right? All right, so yeah, so there's some ideas, and also the crystals. So if I go a little bit more into the crystals, I put on one of my favorites. This is labradorite. So I don't know if you can see that. That's labradorite. And labradorite is one of the stones that helps to connect us with our third eye, with our ability to feel, sense, see, our clairsentience, our clairvoyance. the psychic abilities. Amethyst is another one. Opal is another one. Moonstone, emerald, and I believe tiger's eye is another one. There are quite a few out there where if you surround yourself or wear these crystals, it can help to energetically create that frequency within your body and within your awareness so that you're able to see these things more. Okay. So we're going to do our 6 soft belly breaths, and then we'll go a little more deeper. Yeah, selenite. That's another great one. We actually have selenite in the corners at the center, at the yoga center. So in each outside of the building, so in each corner, I dug a bit of a hole and I put selenite crystals, so it helps to balance. You ever come to the yoga center here, you feel the energy is so good, right? So we've done a lot of those kind of things to help that. Yeah, Angela, bracelet. Yeah, amethyst is so powerful. It's one of my favorites too. I have a big circle amethyst that was given to me as a gift, and it's so beautiful. I really love it. I have it in my living room, and these crystals, like the jewelry, has these vibrations. It contains these vibrations, or not maybe contains is the wrong word because they're all around it as well, right? So the frequency is unseen. And we orient our mind to these unseen energies and these unseen frequencies. Suddenly, our mind becomes oriented more that way and opening to those ideas. And so that was my main intention with these videos. With respect to the unseen world, is that let's open our mind to the possibilities and see what's out there. And when you open your mind to these possibilities, it's endless what you can pick up and what you can feel and sense and know. And that's the thing with children, like with Jessica's daughter, is that her mind is still very open, and I think younger, even like between ages of 2 and 6 or 7. Jessica, you might know this more than I. The crown chakra is still very, very open, and so younger children are very much more receptive to these ideas and thoughts. All right, so let's do our breathing, sitting up nice and tall, just closing your eyes, connecting through the seat bones, grounded. Taking a moment first to just feel your body in your space, tuning into the energy within yourself. Noticing your body, very simple instructions, just noticing your body. Noticing what you feel on the inner landscape, what you see, what you sense, what's arising for you on the interior world. Beginning with an exhale, empty the lungs. And inhale through the belly, the ribs, the chest, right to the top of the breath. And exhale slowly as you soften through the navel, soften, 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 soften. And again, inhale into the navel, expand, right to the top of the breath. And exhale, soften, soften, soften. And again, inhaling. And exhale, soften, soften, soften. Inhaling, expand, and soften. Soften as you step forward into this magical connectivity space that we all are in together. One more big breath. Inhale into the navel. Stepping forward, feeling your connection to all of us who are here now or anytime in the future. And exhale to soften. Bringing your palms together at heart center. Taking a moment here to set an intention. Choosing an intention around the idea of the unseen world. Maybe it's that you want to open yourself more to that idea, to those energies, anything at all that is important or special for you right now surrounding that idea. And taking a deep, full breath into that intention. And exhale as you settle in, connected. So one of the thoughts or what came through for me just now was that our ability to develop our intuition or our intuitive abilities is often drawn from the unseen world. So we can draw upon those ideas when we're open to the unseen world. When we open our mind, we open our energy field, we open our thoughts. A quote that I wanted to share with you today is by Immanuel Kant, the philosopher. He said, "I had therefore to remove knowledge in order to make room for belief." I had to therefore remove knowledge in order to make room for belief. So what he's saying there essentially is that oftentimes our mind or our thinking mind can hold us back because of logic and because of that linear way of thinking that oftentimes, especially humans, have. And it tends to be a slightly more, not to be sexist, to be more of a masculine trait. And some of us, women have masculine traits. Let's face it, we're masculine and feminine balances of energies, right? So it tends to be a more masculine trait to be more logical. And women tend to be a little more open to the idea of that right-brained idea of the unseen world or intuition or intuitive abilities. That's why they have things like mother's intuition. And apparently when you have children or when you're pregnant, your crown chakra is also more open. So as women, we tend to have a little bit more of that ability. And men who are more developed in that side of the right brain mentality as well, they tend to be more open to those things as well. And I think the other day we actually did have a guy here with us, and he was quite involved in these ideas as well. So, I'm not saying that you can't be that way if you're a man or a woman. It's what you develop and what you work with and what you're born with. So also the idea of purification. So in order to develop these intuitive abilities or these abilities to tap in or tune into the unseen world, we have to look at our own purification. So things like programming, as I was talking about earlier, can hold us back from critical thinking and having the ability to, or opening up to the ability or the idea of these other concepts and ideas and thoughts, and not just seeing them as, oh yeah, that's cool, that's cool, but actually taking them in and feeling them as part of our visceral sensation, as part of our visceral experience. So, how can we purify our mind and our energy field to allow ourselves to be more open to these things? Well, one of the things we can do is make sure that we are sleeping. If we're not getting enough sleep, we cannot purify. Another thing is to look at our diet. So, what kind of diet do you have? Are you eating a lot of heavy foods, dead foods, brown foods, as I like to call them, French fries and burgers and things like that? And there are better versions of those things, of course. So, if you're eating things that are not, that do not have bad oils, like if you're eating healthier oils, you can have French fries, right? You can have things like that. It's looking at the vibration of that food that you're putting in your body, which is becoming you. So I think I spoke about this a little bit in a previous video a couple of weeks ago, of eating more foods that are close to the sun. So how close is that food that you're eating to the sun? And bringing in that sun frequency, that earth frequency into your body, and allowing that to purify you so that you can be less dense. Higher frequency, higher vibration will allow you to be and see and sense these frequencies more easily. So those are some ideas of how else can we purify. Does anyone else have any other ideas for how can we purify our mind? How can we purify our energy? Maybe meditation, sitting in meditation, organizing your mind. We did an organizing meditation the other day, where we went through methodically through the body, up and down. And if you're always going through in the methodical way, you can organize your mind, you can organize your thoughts, you can be more focused. How can we bring more focus into our energy field? Focusing on one thing, maybe meditating on a candle, right? Or meditating on a breathing exercise or a mantra, your favorite mantra. So many ways that we can purify. All right. So let's tune in a little more and go inward and see if we can connect a little more with our abilities, our innate abilities. Yes, thank you for talking about the cell phone. Oh my gosh. As much as we love our devices and our electronics, they're amazing and they help us stay connected. Thank goodness for them, right? But at the same time, they mess with our energy field big time. And that's why I wear all these. So, because I'm always around a computer, I'm always around devices and things. I shouldn't say always, but a lot. Also being in nature and just observing, looking at the birds, leave your cell phone at home, go for a walk, touch the earth, touch the trees, be with the animals, observe the laws of nature. Yeah, purifying. So think about how we can purify our body, our mind, and that is the doorway to these deeper levels of awareness and working towards a deeper way to connect with our intuition, to connect with the unseen world and on all levels. So, like for some people that used to dine in my restaurant, I would often hear from them that they could feel the energy in the food. They could feel that it had high vibe, that the person who made it had a high vibration because they cared and they put their love and attention into the food, right? It tastes better that way. It doesn't have pesticides, it's all organic, right? all of those additives and things like that. It's cooked with love. It's not frozen. It's fresh. Whatever it is. All these different things add to our ability to sense them. So as you begin to implement these things into your life, you too begin to feel these things more as well. So let's close our eyes, take a deep breath. Allow yourself to settle into your body. See if you can get a sense for that quiet, sacred space in yourself. What does that feel like? What does that see? What do you see when you look at that space? What do you sense? Taking a moment to scan your body from the top of your head all the way down. And as you slowly pass your attention through the body, make a mental note of one area that feels calm, like the eye of the storm. So just take your time, making your way through. What area feels still and calm, centered? And once you have made your way through the body, come back to that one area and don't second guess yourself. Just go there. Trust. Settle your attention there. Begin to slowly deepen your breath as you visualize that area expanding. Slowly, with each inhale, that one small area begins to expand. With each inhale, a deeper expansion. Expanding, that area begins to expand throughout the body. With each inhale, take 3 more big breaths. One more, right to the top of the breath. Now interlacing your fingers in front of you with the thumbs touching. Just like this. Resting here as you tune into your whole body, infused in that calm, still, focused, centered energy. Holding that frequency, Holding that awareness, hold still. Taking a deep, refreshing breath right to the top of the breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Bringing your palms together at heart center. Taking a moment. Allowing yourself to share these wonderful, magical vibrations with someone special in your life. And let's bow to the divine light that shines from each one of us, connecting us as one. Namaste. And I thank you for being with me today, for sharing your thoughts and ideas, and most of all, for sharing your energy and this connectivity space that is so powerful and so special. Remembering that when we come together, we are very powerful. We have the power to shift and change when we come together. So keep that with you, and remember, if you are watching anytime in the future, be sure to come forth in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the little bell and you'll get notified when we have new videos. There will be new things coming up. Looking forward to that daily breath. Yeah, and if you have any ideas for other meditations, for topics, I would love to hear them. I'm very open to anything that you would like to explore in this realm as we come together and share each other's experiences. Thank you, thank you. I'll see you soon, Leanne. Yes, literally. All right, guys, all the best. Happy, happy day. Keep it with you. Don't let anyone take it away. We'll see you soon. Lots of love.